everybody. Welcome to the Famously Local Podcast. Local, not local, but famous around these parts. You are on the air with the hostess with the mostest, sharing the good news that you can use as we talk community awareness and keep you in the know. I am Angela Woods, aliasly known as That Laurel Hill Girl. And today, y'all, my special guest is the beautiful, inside out, Miss Shawna Brown, your local realtor. She's here to serve. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, Shawna, with your beautifully summer dress on, that speaks life, that speaks energy, you know? That goes with your personality. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a local realtor here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina. And I am affiliated with Bloom Realty here at Rock Hill, South Carolina. I've been licensed for about 7 years now in real estate and loving it, loving serving.
7 years?
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty awesome right there. And so how did you get into real estate?
Well, I have always wanted to. Real estate just was just a drawing to me. It just was just like a magnet, like just calling me. And it's just the point of the ownership. Ownership. We should be owning. We all should. If you can afford rent, you can afford your own home.
And it's funny you say that because me and my husband, we've been talking about that. We've been talking about real estate. If you get into real estate, then you really tap into some things. Real estate and investing, right?
Yes, and investing, yes. So real estate is everywhere. There's always a need. Housing, shelter. Yes.
Now, what type of education or schooling did you have to be an agent?
Okay, to become a licensed agent in South Carolina, there are several schools that offer the course. So there's a pre-licensing course and a post-licensing course that you have to take. And once you pass those, both of those classes, those courses, then you have to take the state exam and the national exam.
Ooh, the state and the national?
Yes.
And are they both like hard on the same level? Or what?
Well, I wouldn't say. That word is so hard. I would say anything that you are focused on and challenge yourself, you can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
See, I'm glad you calmed me down because I was like, test. Oh my God, that was a test. So what sets you apart from other agents?
I would say my customer service sets me apart from other agents. When I connect with my client, whether it's the seller or the buyer, I place myself in that position as if I was selling my home or if I were buying a new home.
Yeah.
Because the way you treat people, that's what comes back to you.
That's right.
That's just life, that's just karma, that's the rule before I was even created. What you put out comes back.
Yeah.
So with each client, I give them my undivided attention. They have all of me to ensure that they get exactly what they desire and above and beyond that.
Yeah, I wish you'd go down there to McDonald's and talk to the people because it's not happening.
It's not
now,
happening.
Chick-fil-A, they got the right concept.
Yes, they do. Oh my goodness,
but see,
they do.
Yeah, but see, you're on a deeper level, and I love the fact that you do unto others as you have them do unto you. You know, and so you being that one person, are you a buying agent or a showing agent or both?
Well, I can do both. I can represent the seller or the buyer. In an instance, if my client is selling their property, I've had clients that sell their current property and then they purchase a new property. So I've been on both sides with the same clients.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, is there a fee to have a real estate agent?
Now, there are several options as for a fee. I typically select that the seller will take care of the brokerage fee, and at closing, when the property closes, then the seller will pay the company directly, and then that company will pay me.
Okay.
So the seller doesn't pay me directly, nor does the buyer pay me directly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So for a first-time buyer, I'm using me. What do we need to know that would best qualify us? Like, do we need to be on our job so many years, or does that matter?
Well, each lender has different requirements and guidelines. Typically, you want to say it's 2 years of employment and documentation as for whether it's W-2s, because they may ask for different W-2s, or if you're self-employed, you have to have your 2 years of income tax returns to provide to the lender. Whenever you make that decision to purchase a property, you just really have to sit down and have a self-evaluation of your expenses, your spending habits, and everything. You have to, it's game time.
So if you're gonna get serious about it, the person would need to go ahead and start that.
Yes. Yes.
How about credit score?
Credit score. So just like in purchasing a car, the higher your score, the better rate you're gonna get.
Okay.
So with the credit score, again, there are some lenders that may accept a 580.
Yeah.
But again, the higher your score, the better your rate is going to be. So that's going to balance out your mortgage payment. That's going to be best for you.
Okay. Well, thank you for my husband, Jesus. So you can reach out. So people can reach out to you to buy or sell.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Yes.
Now, regarding a down payment, closing, inspections, title fees, and insurance. All of that is needed, right?
Yes.
Down payment, closing, that's a whole separate fee, closing, right?
And those are different fees. Again, each individual is different, so it's based on what type of loan that they have. As for veterans, which I am a veteran of the United States Navy, proud to serve. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yes, veterans have programs where they don't have required down payment. And as for like the insurance, things like that, veterans are exempt for that through the VA loan. They allow deposits for that. So if there are any veterans, it's best to go that direction first and see if they qualify for a VA loan.
Okay.
So you have your options would be cash, which is always best when purchasing a home. You have cash, and you have the FHA loan, which are mostly first-time home buyers go with the FHA route.
Okay.
The FHA route, typically the down payment is at least 3.5% of the purchase price for FHA. For FHA.
Write this down.
3.5%.
That's good stuff to know. All of it is good.
And then you have your conventional loan, which is another type. As if you had to rate the different type loans, I would say cash, conventional, then your FHA, your VA, and those type areas. Now, conventional loans, as for a seller, they typically would like to work with their buyer, that anything, they can accept whatever they desire to accept, but conventional is typically, has more weight.
Okay.
For conventional. But depending on that lender, you may have to have a higher down payment with a conventional loan.
It's almost like the same with the car. If you go in there with a lot more money down, the rate is better.
Yes.
Okay. Car payment is better.
Yes, exactly.
Now, with the seller, do they sometimes pay for the inspection, or that's always?
That can be negotiated.
Okay.
With between the listing agent and the buyer's agent.
Okay.
Everything's negotiable.
Okay.
Everything's negotiable.
Yeah.
So I have had situations in the past where the seller has agreed to pay for certain type of inspections, but typically it's the buyer's responsibility to pay for home inspections, termite inspections.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yes, it's typically the buyer's expense. If the property is located in a rural area where there's a well, you want to have that inspected as well.
Okay.
So you have your typical home inspection. You may have your well and septic tank inspection. You may have your termite inspection. But any property that you purchase, you want to make sure you have it inspected first. You don't just buy it.
Yeah.
And
like on HGTV.
Yes.
Yes. They be like, oh my God, what did we buy?
Oh no. Always want to make sure you have it inspected. And then after that inspection, depending on the terms that's agreed between the buyer and the seller, then the buyer can decide whether they want to go forward with the purchase, or the buyer can request certain repairs from the seller based on the home inspection, and then at that point it's a negotiation period.
Okay. Now, does it cost money to list your house?
Now, again, that for there's a percentage that can be discussed on and agreed upon with the seller.
Okay.
And that, for example, say if the home is going to be listed at $350,000, and then the seller could agree to pay a fee of typically total fee of 6%, 5%, and then it's typically divided between the two agents. So again, that fee will be negotiated with the seller before the home is listed.
Okay, and so does a person have to pay for a realtor to show the house?
Typically no.
Typically no. Okay. Okay. And it's funny that you mentioned 300,000, because gone are the days when you could go get your starter home or your new home for 100 and something thousand. Now the starter home is 300 something thousand.
Yes.
They're bigger, but still.
Yes, that is true.
It's unreal.
A different market.
Wow.
A different market.
Because everybody seems to be wanting to move to both Carolinas, South Carolina and North Carolina.
Yes.
Wow. And then a lot of people moving from Charlotte, migrating to South Carolina.
Yes.
That's good. Yes. Wow. That's crazy to me. There's a new subdivision that's going to be being built. I want to say off of Heckle Road, and when I saw the sign, it said 300,000. I was like, oh, we in Charlotte, you know?
300,000.
But things have changed, and
changed.
people they're looking to move too.
Yes.
That market is there for sure.
Yes.
Now, is there you know, does it take long, the process to gather everything together? You know, when they come to you, when a person comes to you from beginning to end, is there a certain time limit?
Well, it just depends on each person. Again, it varies. It can vary. So, say for example, if there's someone that credit score may be in the low, you know, so it may take 6 months to a year for them to work on their credit, get their credit score increase, because you want to be in the right position before you apply for a mortgage, because you want the best rate possible.
Right. Okay.
And you want to make sure you have your savings, because the lender is going to ask to see savings. You want to have a nice amount saved in your savings. Typically, you know, again, they may ask for 5-10% of whatever your purchase price is to be saved.
Okay, gotcha. So they know that it's almost like a protection to know that you've done your homework, right? And you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, and we can take a risk on it. Okay, got you. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all heard that out there. And so, is there anything that you think I didn't ask that you might want to expound on, or you know?
I would say preparation is key.
Okay.
And connecting with an agent that you feel comfortable with is so important. If you don't feel comfortable with that agent, you shouldn't go forward, because this is a major investment that you're making. So if you're not comfortable with that agent, I would advise you to continue that search until you find something that you're comfortable with. Preparation as for your savings, your credit score, and also keeping in mindset that if this is the first time you're purchasing, that the first purchase doesn't have to be your ideal dream home. It can be a beginner home.
Right. That's right.
You buy it, you purchase it, you may stay in it 2-3 years, and then as you're there, you're building equity, and that can go towards your dream home. So don't get discouraged.
Right, and the same with accountability. Because when people see that she paid her payments on time, you know, and they were there in that home, and everything looks good. Credit still good, looking better. Right, and you have the equity. So you can next level.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm with that. I'm with that.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Oh wow. And so are you here solely for the Carolinas or South Carolina?
South and North.
Okay. Now that is good stuff. Okay, so people from Charlotte or anyone migrating to the Carolina areas can reach out to you. So and with that being said, how can they find you?
Okay, I can be found. My cell number is 803-412-2916. And also they can find me on Instagram as Shawna, SHAWNA, Real Estate.
All right, you guys, so the number is 803-412-2916, and that is the cell. And you can find her on Instagram at Shawna Real Estate. Am I right?
That's correct. And my website is www.Shawna, SHAWNA, Brown, BROWN, Homes, HOMES.com.
Give that to me one more time.
Okay. Shawna, SHAWNA, Brown, BROWN, Homes, HOMES.com.
I got you right.
Check out my website.
That's right. That's right. And so you guys, I mean, I'm super excited because when I tell you the Carolinas is like just booming right now, and everybody is migrating here, and we're not mad about it, you know.
No.
But I personally am in admiration of this lady, and I had to have her on because I know that she knows her stuff. So with that being said, make sure that you reach out to Shawna, and in the event that you need a chance to write everything down, you know, you can reach out to me, and I'll make sure that I'll give you her information, or make sure that you get in contact with Shawna. Okay?
Thank you.
Shawna, thank you so much for coming
Thank you for
on.
having me.
Yes, and keeping us all happy and bright. Well, you guys, that's going to do it for today, but thank you so much for stopping by the Famously Local podcast. Local, not local, but famous around these parts.
Yes.
Have a blessed day. Be blessed, everybody. Thank you.